Hey, this is Heidi Dawson. If you love all things health and wellness and style of any kind, hang out here with me each week. I'm obsessed with never-ending improvement, and it's all in an effort to help each one of us live a wildly successful lifestyle. Subscribe today so you don't miss a thing.
Hi, guys. Welcome to episode 365 of the Wildly Successful Lifestyle Podcast. All right, this is a fun one, especially if you like to be in the know. So make sure you share it and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of the episodes. Okay, so we are well into the age of technology where artificial intelligence is becoming more and more involved in our daily life. So I've been playing around a bit with ChatGPT. Have you guys heard of that or used it? If you haven't, I think it's time. You may be thinking, well, I'm not techie or that isn't for me. But I think you should think again. If you're savvy enough to listen to podcasts, this is going to be something I really think you'll like. I mean, you're listening to the Wildly Successful Lifestyle Podcast, so we have to keep up to date here. I mean, this is really, really cool. Whether you're still in school or a writer or someone who has to give speeches or even someone who wants to just get cool ideas for a party or a birthday present. I mean, this really is helpful. It's basically a thinking, conversational, personalized Google on steroids. And by that, I mean Google just really searches for articles or videos related to the topic that you're searching. ChatGPT will write an article for you using all the relevant information on the internet. And it's conversation. It'll come up with cool ideas for parties or birthday gifts. And I mean, it would even write a podcast episode that isn't half bad. I had it write a couple just to see what they would do. It's really interesting stuff. So I got on openai.com. That is where you get on, that you are able to access ChatGPT. And I'll put that in the show notes. But that's where ChatGPT is found. And I created a free account. I think you should do it too, because it will, it allows you to actually get in there and play around. It's free. And I started asking it questions. So the first thing that I wanted to know is, what do most people use it for? Because I've heard about it, but I wasn't really sure what it was. And so the answer came back as they usually use it for creative writing ideas, personal assistance, unusual party ideas, programming, language translation, idea generation, and the list just kept going on and on, but I had to stop it because it was just going to keep going. So I also thought, okay, what can I ask that would be fun for me to know? So I asked it to create an amazing title for a podcast episode on mindfulness, and it did not disappoint me. Are you ready? I'm going to tell you what it came up with. And it came up with this in a nanosecond. All right, here it is. Journey to the present, embracing mindfulness in a chaotic world. Now, I thought that wasn't half bad. We're probably not going to win any awards with it, but it's a pretty good first shot. So then I took it one step further and I asked it to write an amazing opening for my podcast. Are you ready for this? This is what it came back with. I'm serious. In a nanosecond, this is what it wrote. Welcome, curious souls and wandering minds, to a realm where thoughts take flight and imagination knows no bounds. This is the Wildly Successful Lifestyle Podcast, the gateway to a world of untold stories, hidden emotions, and captivating journeys through the human experience. Today, we embark on a voyage of words, a symphony of ideas, and a celebration of the extraordinary. So fasten your seatbelts, open your hearts, and prepare to be enchanted, for the adventure begins now. Oh man, AI is totally going to replace me. But you see, I'm not really actually worried about that because as it stands today, it's totally limited in that it doesn't really have common sense. It isn't capable of complex decision making, and it doesn't have creative and emotional intelligence. It can't reach your heart with a story about something it went through this week at work or at the gym or with family, a story that you can really relate to, a story that reminds you that you're not alone in the way that you feel. It can't do that yet. Of course, I have to add that. But I even went in so far as asking it a story or a question about family, how it would handle that. So I asked how to handle family dinners when you don't really like them. And I thought some of the suggestions were so helpful, like setting boundaries for yourself by honoring when you need a little time away for a moment by sneaking outside, or helping with the preparation of the dinner, because that might give you a sense of contribution and make the dining experience more enjoyable. And finally, if it's an option, bring a guest, like a close friend. That way you feel like you've got a teammate. Why not? Now, I thought those were great. Sometimes we may not want to bounce questions off someone else, but you could pop them in ChatGPT without feeling judged. So you know what I love about it really, though, is I always feel that with Google searches, okay, you get a bunch of articles that are saying the same thing, and you have to read all of them and decide for yourself. What this does is, based on how you ask the question, you could get 1,000 different answers that are really unique. And you don't have to read the articles to find the answers. It does it for you. Now, I know it seems lazy, but it is the future. And you're going to be on the cutting edge of it with ChatGPT. Technology is not going anywhere, and neither is AI. And it's not going to replace humans. I think it'll just make us better. So, together, let us strive forward, hand in hand with AI, to create a more inclusive, efficient, and compassionate world for generations to come. I can't even say that with a straight face. Of course, that was generated by ChatGPT. I can't get anything past you guys. My challenge to you today is to try it. Open a free account and just start asking some of those questions you've been stumped over, like what to do when your sister-in-law makes a passive-aggressive comment. I think you're going to like it. Share this with 3 people who always like to be in the know. I love you guys. I'll talk to you in a few days.
Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends, because we're just going to keep going bigger and better places together, and I love that about us. Talk to you in a few days.